And I now recognize the gentlelady from Ohio, Ms. Fudge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I thank you all for your testimony today. I guess maybe I'm one of the few people that really lives in the real world here. Hiring is based on need. People hire people because they need them. They don't hire them out of the goodness of their heart. And so if you don't need a person, you don't hire them. You're making it seem to me that you are doing them a favor by hiring them and then making them work a lot of hours and not paying them. That's not how this business works. It's supply and demand. That's just basic, simple economics. Mr. Eisenbray, is there any data that you're aware of that supports the premise that higher wages causes job loss?
No, I think that one of the big problems with our economy right now is that wages have been held down so long that the power of consumers has been reduced, and therefore businesses are not hiring. They don't have the customers they need. And that's what every survey of small business says, by the way, that the problem is not regulations. That's not the first thing that they say. Their first problem is we don't have the customers we need.
Thank you very much. And so Mr. Williams' premise that overtime pay is a penalty, and I believe I wrote down exactly what you said, is actually not accurate, is it?
Well, in a sense, he's right. It's a penalty on employers who work their employees excessive hours.
That's what I thought.
It makes it more expensive for them to do that.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, you say you have about 75,000 employees. First, let me congratulate you for working your way up. I think that that's the American dream. I appreciate that. I started working at McDonald's. I understand the process. You have 75,000 employees. Approximately how many of them are management employees?
It would probably be about 30%.
The microphone.
So 30% of your employees are management employees. You don't mind paying the other 70% overtime, correct?
That is correct. If they work over 40 hours, they get time and a half.
And so what is the responsibility of a manager, just a regular line manager? What are their duties as a general rule?
Exempt or non-exempt?
Exempt.
Well, exempt manager has to pass the duties test. And so they would have to be a bona fide executive. They would have to have the responsibility of hiring and firing. They would have to be the person that manages the business according to the duties test of the Department of Labor.
Okay. So basically you have very trusted employees, people that do a great job, just as you do with your people that work with your children. And I think that that's a great thing, that you have people that you trust, that you believe in, that you trust with the lives of kids, but you guys don't want to pay them. That's what I don't understand. You have these valued employees in which you have put a lot of time and a lot of money, a lot of energy, you trust them, and then you want to restrict their pay when you make them work 60, 70 hours a week. It just doesn't seem to mesh to me that you value your employees if you don't want to pay them.
Ms. Fudge, may I just correct the record on something?
Yes.
It has been said that this is the biggest increase, that we've ever had in the salary threshold. I just want the record to reflect that it's been 11 years since the last increase. From 1938 to 1949 was 11 years, and the increase in the salary threshold for administrative employees went from $30 to $75 a week, which was 150%. So that is not true, and I think that we need to keep it in perspective.
Thank you. At least I very much appreciate Ms. McCutcheon talking about the fact that it is time for a wage increase. I appreciate that, because it is. The very people that you all represent, low-income people, they're the ones who need it the most. I appreciate that you hire young people in communities of need, but they are the people who need the increases more than anyone else. So yes, you're helping them in one respect, but you're holding them down in another. So I just want to thank all of you for your testimony. I am hopeful that as we go forward, we can find some way to come together to try to help the people that all of us, I believe, want to help. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.